You asked for it. You got it.
It's time to spend some time with Rick.
Hey, beautiful, stupid babies. No, not going to be about movies, not going to be about reactions or reviews. For those of you who don't know, I've been begged to do a video, plural, about baseball and cricket. Hence, baseball and cricket. Today, because a lot of you asked, you just want to know the basics about baseball. Can't cover it all in one video, but here's my hope. My hope is we're going to cross-pollinate here. Cross-pollinate. I believe that the best fan base for cricket in America are the baseball lovers. And I believe the best fan base for baseball lovers to cross-pollinate into India, oh yes, the cricket lovers. Not that they're sister sports, they're not. They're cousins. They have so much in common, yet they are so different. Today is about baseball. I will be doing videos about cricket as the days unfold. Today is a beginner's look at baseball. Come with me, won't you? Covering the basics, and I'm going to differentiate them from cricket. Obviously, in cricket, it's a circle. Not always the exact circle shape, but you can hit in all directions. In baseball, the batter cannot hit in all directions. This is the basic setup of a baseball field, right here. That is home plate, and you'll see three little boxes that are next to home plate. Those three little boxes are what we call the batter's box on right side and left side, and then this is where the catcher sits and the umpire sits right behind him. There's actually a few umpires, we'll get to that later. The lines that go down the field on either side are called the foul lines. Everything on this side is a fair ball. Anything on that side, foul ball. A foul ball is a strike unless you have two strikes. We'll get into that later. Right now, focus on the field. The field consists of an infield and an outfield. The infield consists of home plate, first base, second base, third base, and the pitching mound. Obviously, that's where the pitcher stands, like a bowler. This is where the hitters stand. Batters. Outfield. Left field, because it's from the perspective of the batter. It's to the batter's left if you're facing the outfield. Center field. Right field. And interestingly, the 9 defensive positions of a baseball team have the names of the positions in the field. Example, if you play this position, you're the left fielder, center fielder, right fielder. That's the only 3 positions that play out there. You obviously have a pitcher on the pitching mound. You have a catcher who catches behind home plate. You have a first baseman, you have a second baseman, and you have a third baseman. There's one other position that doesn't have a title based on the makeup of the field, and that is this position right here. The player that plays right here is called the shortstop. 9 defensive players on the field at any given time. Pitcher, catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, center field, right field. 9 players. When you listen to broadcasters talk about the game, you'll hear them talk about the players not just by their position name, first baseman, second baseman, short, but you may hear them, especially in the event of a double play, I'll explain what that is, refer to them by the number of their position. You just saw me count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the number. So sometimes an out is done by the number, the put out. You'll hear them say, oh, that was a 6-4-3 double play. That's because the double play was done by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the shortstop, 1, 2, 3, 4, the second baseman, 1, 2, 3, the first baseman. 9 players on the field. Also, 3 outs per inning. And here's a differentiation between innings in baseball and innings in cricket. Innings in cricket, for those of you who know, is the reference to any particular segment of the game that has a certain number of overs in the game. The first grouping of overs is called innings in cricket. It's pluralized. In baseball, you have the first inning, the second inning, the third inning, and the game consists of 9 innings. It's singular and it's plural. The other thing that you have in baseball are the top of the inning and the bottom of the inning. So for example, when the game starts, it's the top of the first inning. The team on the field is always the home team at the top of the first inning. The home team plays defense first, and the home team usually wears all white uniform with some colors on it, or maybe a solid color. The away team is in gray. So when you turn on a baseball game, if you see a team wearing gray, they're the visiting team. This is important when you figure out the later part of the game, especially the 9th inning, and who gets to bat last and why that matters. So the top of the first, the home team takes the field. The visiting team bats. When the home team gets 3 outs, they switch sides. Now the home team bats, the visiting team defends. When that's completed after 3 outs, that is the end of the first inning. A regular game has 9 innings. If there's rain, sometimes they delay the game or postpone it because they can't play in the rain. But if you can get 5.5 innings completed and the rain comes and you can't play anymore, Major League Baseball will say that's a complete game, and whatever the score is at the end of 5.5 innings, that game will count as either a win or loss for whoever was winning or losing. Why 5.5? Because that passes the halfway mark of a 9-inning game. How can it be half? Remember, it's half innings. Top of the first, bottom of the first. Top of the second, bottom of the third. If you've gone 5.5, that means you've gone 5 full innings and you've completed the top of the 6th. Makes sense? If it doesn't, go back and watch the rest. A little bit of explanation about strikes and outs, and then that's going to be it for this segment because it's a lot of information and I want to give you a bunch of them over time. Each inning consists of 3 outs per top inning and bottom inning. So really, it's 6 outs per inning, but baseball players don't talk about it that way. What is an out? An out is when a hitter who's batting doesn't get to base or score safely. How does that happen? They either get struck out by the pitcher, they hit a fly ball to somebody that's caught in the air, or there's a play where the ball was fair, it hit the ground, and they're thrown out some way. Maybe they're thrown out running to first, maybe it was a ball hit in the outfield and they try to make a double and they're thrown out at second and they're thrown out there. But the bottom line is 70 to 80% of the time a batter gets out. 3 outs means the end of the inning. You can strike a batter out, which means the pitcher, in cricket you know him as a bowler, the pitcher needs to get 3 strikes. Those strikes can happen either because the batter swung and missed the ball, 2, the umpire saw the pitch was in what's called the strike zone. We'll get into that later, you may know what that is. If the ball is in the strike zone and the batter didn't swing, it's still a strike because the umpire said that's a strike. If it's not swung at and missed or called a strike, it's more than likely a ball. A ball is any pitched ball that doesn't hit the strike zone, isn't swung at and missed, and isn't fouled off. That's the other form of a strike, and it has a little complication at the end. You'll understand it. You swing and you miss, it's a strike. You do that 3 times, you're out. Or there's a couple of called strikes, you swing and you miss, you're out. If you swing at a pitch and you foul it off, meaning it hits the bat, but it doesn't go into fair territory, it goes anywhere out over here, that is a strike against you. So you do that once, you do that again. Now you have 2 strikes against you, obviously, 3 strikes and you're out. But if you do it again, you're safe. It's a no ball. You can foul off over and over and over again. In fact, it's one of the more dramatic things that happens in baseball. It's a battle between the pitcher and the batter. When the batter has 2 strikes against him, the pitcher must earn that 3rd strike, either by the batter swinging and completely missing, or the batter watching the ball come in, thinks it's a ball, but the umpire says strike 3. But if you've got 2 strikes and you keep hitting foul balls, that means you get to stay alive and you get to keep hitting. And that can go on 8, 9, 10, 11 foul balls. And then they call that a battle between the pitcher and the batter. And sometimes the count is 3 and 2, which means 3 balls and 2 strikes. The maximum number of balls a pitcher can throw, meaning a pitch outside the strike zone, is 4. If they throw 4 balls at a hitter, the hitter gets to go to first base. So all of these balls that get called are in favor of the hitter. All the strikes are in favor of the pitcher. So a really wonderful dynamic happens in games, especially in the later innings, like the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. If you have runners on base and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes, which means if the pitcher throws a ball, the batter gets to first and everybody moves up a base. Or if there's a 3rd strike, the batter is out and the batter keeps fouling off the ball. And if the batter's fouling off the ball, it means that they're getting close to hitting it. It means the pitcher isn't tricking them. So who's going to win the battle? Is the pitcher going to strike him out or get him out? Or is the batter going to walk or get a hit? Recapping. Home, first, second, third. That's the pitching mound. Left, center, right. Shortstop plays right there. 9 players are on the field on defense at any given time. This is foul territory. If you're wondering about the colorization, what it's representing is dirt or clay. It's a mixture of dirt and clay on what is called the infield. It varies from league to league, but it's not league to league, from team to team, but it's pretty much congruent, pretty much the same. You have dirt here, and then you do have dirt along here. This is called the warning track. And what it lets outfielders do is run toward the fence, and you can feel the change of terrain under your feet go from grass to dirt while you're looking up at the ball, which is to let you know, warning, you're about to hit the wall. So outfielders will often go out in practice, especially if they're a visiting team and they don't know the home field very well. They'll go out and figure out, how far do I have to go? How deep is that warning track? Because it's not always the same. And what's the fence like if I run into it? Is it going to be a hard fence or a soft fence? But that is there to give them a warning about the fence coming. 3 outs per inning. 9 innings make up a baseball game. A top of an inning and a bottom of an inning. 3 strikes, you're out. 4 balls, you get to go to first base. A strike is in a strike zone. We'll talk about that later. Or a missed ball or a fouled off ball. And you can foul them off over and over again if you've got 2 strikes against you. That was a lot of information for today. I hope you liked all the information for today. There's going to be a lot more. And yes, we're going to talk about cricket. I love both games. I would love to see more Indians embrace baseball. And I absolutely want more Americans to embrace cricket. I am confident they're going to, especially when we get to the 2028 Olympics here in Los Angeles. And cricket happens in the Olympics for only the 2nd time in the history of the Olympic Games. I think it was in 1908 when it last happened. I find that to be a beautiful, providential thing, and I'm looking forward to watching cricket explode here in the United States, and I'm also looking forward to more Indians appreciating baseball. Love you guys. Hope you found this helpful.